Hey guys, quick little impromptu video for you here. I'm making paper braids to go with my paper beads. They don't fall apart and they look really good, and I wanted to show you how I did it real quick. I just took some scrap pieces of paper and cut them down, and these strips are 6 inches long by about 1 3/4 wide. And if you notice, they're all wrinkled because I wrinkled them up and then I flattened them out. I decoupaged them only on one side. And then you just create your braids. This braid is flat, and I did it with just the flat piece of paper. I cut just a thin strip of paper off of this, each one, and braided it. But let me show you this next idea. What I'm going to do is take each of my 1 3/4 by 6 inch pieces of paper that I have left, and I'm going to roll it up together, but I want it to stay fluffy, and that's why I rolled it. And then I'm going to twist it a little bit like that, and then I'm going to put a little piece of tape on down the body of it so it will stay together and not unroll. And you can roll it tight, you can roll it loose, however you want it. Put a piece there. Okay, and then we're gonna do this piece of white paper the same way. Just roll it long ways. Okay. And then I'm going to twist it again, but keeping it kind of fluffed out. I don't want it to be flat like this one. I want it to have a little more dimension. So I'm just going to roll it. I'm just twisting it. After I roll it, I'm just kind of twisting it so it's a little tighter and not quite so loose. Let me get another piece of tape for the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the brown coffee dyed paper the same way. Of course, you can glue your ends if you don't want the tape to show. I'm just doing tape so I can show you what it's gonna look like. And then after I get that all done, I'm going to take each roll and put them together. And then I'm going to wrap them around. And to braid, you wrap one over, one under, one over, one under, just like that. You gotta kind of pull them so they don't get too bunched up. One over, one under, one over. And then when you get them all braided out, this one I'm going to try to keep kind of fluffy, so it's not going to be quite as smooth as that one was. But this is really a great way to make a paper braid to go with your beads. And then on the ends, you can tape the ends if you want. You can glue them, whatever you want. This one is not as thin or as flat. This one has a little more dimension, which I like. It gives it a little more interest. What I would do then at the end is I would kind of fold all the ends together like that. I would glue them, but for now I'm just going to get my tape, and I'll tape the end down back here. And then I'll do the same thing on this end, kind of bring them all together, fold them down. And you can trim off any ends too. Put another piece of tape on it. And then I would kind of mush it together so it's fatter. I'm going to cut this red off right here. And there we go. And there you have 2 different types of braids. One flat with a little 3-dimension, one flat and one a little more 3D dimensional. But you could put those with your paper beads, and I'll link that video above, and have a really cool tassel or just something in your pages. The braids could be page borders, they could be page decorations. You could use braided elements on your, you could use braid elements through the hole in your tags, whatever you want to do. But by cutting them into strips and Mod Podging, the trick for all this though is to take your strip, if you want to cut several little ones out of this, wrinkle it up first, like I did those. Wrinkle it up as much or as little as you want. Unwrinkle it. And then coat it on one side with Mod Podge. This way, when you're braiding it and, you know, putting it through a tag hole or whatever, it won't tear because the Mod Podge is making it almost like paper or a little piece of plastic, like almost like a little piece of plastic or, you know, kind of a weird feeling ribbon. And it's a great way to be able to manipulate paper like ribbon if you want to, you know, make beads, if you want to braid. You could also use that same method to make ruffles. So let's do it real quick. And just slap on the Mod Podge. And it doesn't have to be perfect, or it can be perfect. Whatever you want as the creator. Okay, I'm just going to do red this time, but you get it like that. And then you dry it. Once you get it dry, you could roll it again. I'm going to cut it into strips this time. And then I'm going to use one piece of this. It's not Mod Podge, but I'm just, whoops. I'm going to use one piece, again, just to show you real quick the flat way to braid. Just crisscross it at the top like that. And then you go over, under, over, under, over, under, and then you can just kind of pull it straight. And you see the one that tore when I pulled it was the coffee stained one, okay? But you can pull it if you coat it in Mod Podge because it's actually like a ribbon. That's why I wanted to show you why you coat it. Now, what if you want to do like a ruffle with it? What you do is you start at the top and you just fold it forward and forward each time. And I'm just grabbing some, putting a little ridge in it and folding it forward. And then you can run it through a sewing machine, or you can just glue the ruffles down and have a faux ruffle if you wanted to. You could tape them, but anyway. And that's your faux ruffle. Let me go sew down the center real quick. And there's your faux ruffle using paper. And because I Mod Podged it, no tears, nothing, that simple. And you could use that in connection with our paper beads and our paper braids. If you like this impromptu video about how to braid paper and how to make paper ruffles, be sure and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button with that little bell, and please share with your friends. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow for our scheduled video on art related stuff, and it's actually a still life mixed media. So I'll see you then. Bye guys.